Good afternoon, my name is Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 3631 Southwest Admiral Street here in Portland, Oregon. Located at the front of the home, off to the left of the front doorway, there's a 3-inch cast iron cleanout. This will be the point of it's 4-inch. This will be the point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have a sink running inside. I will zero out the camera at the base of the cleanout here and refer to this as the point of access. Here we go. That's the kitchen sink tying in there. Okay, here at 16 feet it transitions to 6-inch concrete pipe. Okay, this is the furthest out point I'm going to be able to get to. There's something obstructing the camera's path here at 75. We're just about 75 feet out right now. We're going to get the water turned off, let the line drain out as much as possible before reeling back. So have a good look at the flow line. Okay, the line is now pretty much all the way drained out. There's a little water trickling off And you can now see the object here that's obstructing the camera from getting past this point. It's kind of peculiar looking, but it looks like, and with the amount of resistance that it's giving the camera, a lot of times paper debris and stuff like that, I can just punch straight through. But this is bringing the camera to a dead stop, so it makes me think it's a broken off piece of concrete sitting in the middle of the pipe. So I will stop here. I'm going to locate and mark this spot. And I'll mark it with a green X. It's possible it's a piece of the bottom of the sewer line right here where it's just hard to tell. Okay, I did locate and mark this spot. There is where the obstruction sitting on the pipe, which I think is a piece of broken concrete from the pipe. Marked it. It's about 2 feet out into the street, and it's around 9 feet in depth. I would recommend contacting the city, see if they may be able to remove this or come up with a remedy for that, as it's out in their jurisdiction at this point. I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. Hey, what I'm seeing, there's in a few spots, there's 3 or 4 different sections of concrete between the joints where there's a little bit of standing water. It's about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch deep, and it's generally spanning for about 1 foot, 1.5 feet. I don't see a lot of debris buildup in the sewer pipe, which would lead me to think that it's causing flow issues. I don't see any evidence that it is right now. Okay, I'm going to push back out here a little ways. I'm going to call that marking at the street where the green X is at. That's the end point. I'm going to do a marking right here. Unfortunately, as you go back and back, the entire concrete section so far has standing water in it. And over a distance like that, even though there's not much more than a 1/2 inch of standing water, when you have significant length of pipe with that much in it, it causes just as much resistance as having about 3 inches of standing water in a short section. So I'm going to map out the line from the green X in the street back to where the standing water ends at. Okay, I've done a marking here at 67 feet. We're about 4 or 5 feet from the edge of the driveway. Marked out with just a green line showing the direction the pipe is running and a depth written on the ground. We are at roughly 10 feet in depth here. Okay, I'm going to do a marking right here at 56 feet, and I'll pull back a little bit, as just behind us is the corner, or it's a turn in the pipe where that really offset joint is at. Okay, we're running up the middle of the driveway right now. Just done another green line here. Show the direction it's running. Then I'm going to pull back here just a couple feet to map out the turn in the line. You can see this right here may be where that chunk of concrete came from. The joint looks to be offset significantly on the left side by about 3 or 4 inches. And it looks like it could possibly have a break in it as well. It's difficult to tell right now just because I don't see any strands, but the left side of the screen there where the joint is red, it does look like possibly the start of a root intrusion. It's difficult to tell for sure. I don't see any obvious root strands. That's kind of a strange color to see, especially in the joint of a pipe in concrete. That's likely the start of a root intrusion, just hasn't gone through all the way. Here, right here at 35 feet, I've done a marking. We're just crossed over the driveway into the shrubbery just before the pond. We're right around 10 feet in depth here. Looks like we also have the start of some root intrusion here, this joint. Yeah, I'm going to do a final marking here at 16 feet to transition to concrete. There is a little bit of standing water right here at the transition. It extends for like not even a foot. It's like 8 inches of pipe, and it's not even a ½ inch in depth. It's about a ¼ inch of water. Doesn't appear to really be doing much, especially when it drains out to that low of a level. I'm going to mark here with a green T if I can get to it. There's a lot of bushes right where this spot's at. Okay, I attempted to locate right here. It appears that the line is right where it transitions, is right at the edge of the deck in the front of the house. There's a lot of electronics and pumps and things like that right in the area, so it could be affecting the locator signal. It's getting a depth of around 7 feet here. And the entire concrete section is now mapped out from the transition out to 75 feet where that piece of concrete is sitting in the sewer line. And it's I'm recommending update the concrete. It's in rough shape. You see a lot of aggregate rock showing through. There's quite a few offset joints that they're getting to the point where they're going to become a problem. There's also a good portion of the concrete line that has lost grade. There's about a ½ inch to an inch of standing water throughout about 60% of the concrete portion. I'm going to go ahead and reel back the camera.